to grab the bit and run on me downhill on the grass, and that kind of, scared the living daylights out of me. I stayed on and decided we were not going to an endurance ride if he was going to be like that, and that is my ultimate goal.
Looks like our friends Griffin and Breeze have arrived. Here they come. Welcome, Breeze. Let's go ahead and put him in a pen and figure out what we're going to do with him.
He had no brakes, no backup. The right-hand turn for him is very hard. And we actually saw that a bit working even in the round pen at Liberty yesterday. That direction is much harder for him to let go of stuff going on. So Breeze is an off-the-track standardbred. He raced till he was close to 7. He had one owner for about 3 years. When she sold him, he ended up being found in a pen right around the corner from us. Brought him home, put him through quarantine. Things were going really well. And then we had a ride where he decided to grab the bit and run on me downhill on the grass. And that kind of, scared the living daylights out of me. I stayed on and decided we were not going to an endurance ride if he was going to be like that. And that is my ultimate goal. About, 12 years now was my first endurance ride. So we're really hoping to get to a ride this year. It was my goal last year too, but I'll take it as it comes and hopefully be able to break through and ideally get him into some endurance rides, or at least some fun camping situations where he's got horses around he doesn't know, and being able to channel back from that instead of into it. Yes, because it's driven by other horses in front of him. When he's in the lead, it's not quite as noticeable that he's trying to chase something down. He's kind of going along, and I think some of it is he's going along because we're going along the same way. So we're on the same page, but as soon as somebody gets in front of us or he sees something off in the horizon, we get into a little bit of trouble. But the mental side is what we're struggling with, which is different for me because I've had a lot of horses with physical issues and not mental issues in the past. So I don't get to do as much with him as I think would be beneficial because I work full-time and have kids and sports and all that fun stuff. It would probably be faster if I could be out there every day or consistently with him. But it has been a really big change in him in the last 3 years. I used to not be able to ride him 10 feet away from what he thought was another horse calling to him. And so I think he's made huge progress there, and he's much calmer. He used to kind of ping pong around, and I know Tom has said, wow, what happened to this horse that'll now just stand at the trailer and wait. Now I trust him a bit more. I'm no longer riding in a vest, worried about getting tossed. He's not trying to toss me, he's just trying to get to that other horse. So we're working on that mental side of, can you stay with me instead of worrying about them? I'm the right choice. We can do this together. We will get there. We don't need to get there as fast as you think we do. We're riding with different people again, and I've seen that race brain mentality come up again, where if they trot off, he wants to be right up on them, not just moving at the same speed. He wants to be right with them. So going back and working on that with him so that we can enjoy riding with different people again. Yep. So with just the two of us, we'll be doing some leapfrogging is what it's called in endurance. One person leads, one person falls back, maybe splitting up, going different directions from each other and making sure he can leave Khaleesi behind. And then also, letting Khaleesi trot off without having to chase her. Okay, we'll continue to walk and then we'll trot nicely when I ask for it, and things like that.
We are on our way to the trailhead to with Griffin and Breeze. We're going to start at Hidden Valley and actually ride the 12 to 14 miles back to our headquarters property. And Sam gets to come today. You excited, Sam? What do you think, bud? Okay, we're just about ready to hit the trail. Khaleesi is all tacked up, and Sam is ready to go. Come along with us as our trail dog companion for the day. And let's see how it's gonna go. If we can help Breeze a little bit with some of these trail issues. Huh? You look ready? Are you ready? Yeah, let's go. One of the things we do with our horses is we make sure that we even start by getting on them with them already lined up with us pretty well. That's right. Good, and then just have him back up a little just so he doesn't get started. That lip's already flapping. So she's just gonna take a minute and do whatever it takes here to just get him softened up and not even just start riding off until he's a little more relaxed. And we know he's not relaxed because his lip's already flapping. It's amazing what can happen that fast. Good. Can you do a back up softer step? That's better. One of the first experiments we're trying is having Breeze and Griffin go a little distance out in front of us to see if she can use some physical space in order to get him more connected to her than he is with us. And it's way easier for them to do that if they're out in front, because if he's behind, all he can think of is catching up. So we want to start making things easy in the beginning, and then eventually we can start challenging him with other things, but not until he's already has a chance at getting centered and lined up in his mind that we can return to that state, not try to get it after we're in the middle end of the pool. So this is a little nice little section. Do you want to try to see if he can do an easy trot and then just stop if it doesn't work out and he gets crazy? We'll follow right behind. Yeah, because he looks pretty relaxed now. Looking pretty good.
Able to just follow him behind.
All right, so now he's behind us after that nice little trot interval, and he's doing okay back there. He's had a little warm up and his mind's gotten centered in. So far, this ride is going pretty nice for them. So we just do a little trot intervals, and then when he comes back to being a little more calm, we just go again. You guys ready?
Yep.
All right, we're gonna go again. Trot. You let me know when we need to slow down. Good, he's pretty calm. You want to go pie? Go ahead, bye. So that's like a reward for him. There you go, and look at that. Pretty nice there, Breeze. Good job, you two. Yeah. That's pretty nice right there. He's a little concerned we might pass him. So
We'll let people pass him. That's the funny
let's pass. And then you see that head tossing starts again. Yeah. Let's see if he can kind of come back in place. And then when you're ready, we'll just do a little interval. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2. Pretty nice back there, huh?
Yeah, now he's settling.
Really nice, actually. For a race brain horse, he's doing great. All right, let's see. He's looking pretty good. Want to trot him on by? We'll let you pass us. Can you get a forward thought? Let's try. There we go. There he is. That looks pretty good. Oh yeah, resistance is futile.
Yeah, I hear the bug.
He's pushing on you, huh? We talked about that in the round pen last night, how he pushes, even on the trail, he pushes sometimes. That's better. Soft back up. Almost. Pushing, pushing. Nose out, pushing. There you go. You might try to bump that if he does that flick, you know, when he starts that back up. So you're ready for it. Oh, that's nice. Woohoo! That was so nice, you two. Look at him go. Good boy. How'd that feel, Griffin? Let's see, buddy. Can you get going and we can be okay? How you doing back there? Right there, see him. Watch out, Tim. All right. Give that a toss. He's doing all right. How you doing, Griffin? Look at that. We'll take that any day. Good job, you guys. After all those cantering and trot intervals, he really was getting ahead of himself. His brain was getting hot, ready to run and to just keep running. So now Griffin's gonna spend a little time trying to dump that cup, either the worry or the race brain cup, whichever way you look at it, and see if she can get him settled in and a little focused before we keep going. She's just doing these little things to get his mind re-engaged and to get him to stop pulling on her to relax. Because we really don't want to race the whole rest of the way home. We are getting closer to home, within a few miles, and he's been here before, so we think he's recognized that. So Griffin's doing a great job of just asking him to get his brain back present so they can do this together. One of my mottos is we go together or not at all. So for now, it's not at all. He's definitely coming down. There it is. Nice, you two. This is why Khaleesi is a good babysitter. Because while they go over there and do all these reconnection moves, she pretty much just hangs out and waits and doesn't get involved with all that. Good job, Griffin. We're getting really close to home now, and he knows it. Good girl. Thank you for giving him some space. Now, every time he bops his head like that, I'd be doing something. I would be addressing that, yeah. Because that's the same thing you're tired of him doing in the saddle. So as you walk forward, if he starts tossing his head, I'd be addressing that. It's just not necessary. There it is. Well, this is an improvement of where we were before. Still a little bit fussy, but definitely coming back. Look at you guys. Good job, you made it back. How did this go for you guys?
Well, let's see. This ride was probably the longest one he's done in several months now because we had a very crummy winter. And he's definitely more fit than I give him credit for. We worked through a bunch of the issues and then kind of discovered a few new ones, which seems to be the key, right? Like you fix one thing and something else pops up.
Yeah. So, did you have a breakthrough on the canter?
Yes, we actually did. We were cantering very nicely today. When asked, not always just when he wanted to, and even behind another horse, which was a big thing because he usually wants to chase, so he was actually staying nice and controlled. Really didn't run into issues with it till we were on the way home, and I think they could sense it, and then it was he just wanted to run off and canter everything he could, so we readdressed things and dropped back down to a walk and kind of dealt with the long part.
Do you think that getting him a little more mentally centered up from the start of the ride made a difference on the rest of the ride?
Yes, for sure. And I think I'll make sure I do some groundwork and just make sure he's more checked in than just check him at the mounting block and go. So,
was this ride different from some of the recent rides that you've taken him on, and how?
So it was different because it was a totally different horse for him for about a year, I think was the last time we rode together. And he, in some ways, was less interested in her. And I don't know if could be a horse energy thing. He gladly left her behind in the beginning. He really didn't think much of it. He followed her nicely without trying to be right up on her most of the time. There were a few check-in points that I had to pull him back. The head fling wasn't the same as what we've had before. We had a little bit more of a constant thing going than we did just the, what I would call the temper tantrum, instantaneous stuff going on. So glad I came up, would definitely do it again. If I could do it every weekend, I would.
So it's helpful.
Make some good progress with this guy.
Want to come back and do it again? That was really great. You guys are huge thanks to Griffin for being willing to come out and let her learning process go into a video for anybody to share. And I really enjoyed seeing the progress that she's making with Breeze over the years and the commitment that she's made to stick it out with this horse no matter what he throws at her, and to try to grow and get better in the process. I hope you enjoyed sharing part of their journey and seeing how her process goes, and you can stay in touch with Griffin and see how she's doing with Breeze in our community. Just get in touch with me at jamie@hopehorsemanship.com. Thank you again for watching the video, for joining us here, and until the next time, I hope you have a great day. Remember, start with the mind, because the body will follow.